All right. Hey, you guys. Welcome. It's about 10 o'clock, so we're going to get started. So I said on the Instagram post that all you need is a ball. So if you haven't got a ball, you need to run and get one. It can be any kind of ball. Well, not a tennis ball. It needs to be a big ball like a volleyball or a basketball or a soccer ball. Doesn't have to be heavy. Just whatever you have at home is fine. So if you want to take a second and run and grab that, I'll give you a minute to do that. I'm also going to wait a minute for other people to come on since it's just now 10 o'clock. So I'll give you a second to get it if you need to, and then we're going to get going. All right, I hope you've got your ball. I hope you're ready to go. I've got my timer set. We're going to do 20 seconds of work. We've just got a bunch of different exercises in a row that we're going to do. It's probably going to take us a good maybe 8 to 10 minutes to get this done. So when you're ready, you're going to grab your ball. We're going to start with a ball plank. So holding the ball with two hands under your chest, I'll start the timer. And we're just going to go hands on the ball. Make sure you're right above it with your chest. Draw your abdominals in. Modification would be to put your knees down. So if you need to, put your knees down. Hold on to that strong abdominal wall, pulling the abs up to the spine. Make sure the hips are not higher than the shoulders. They should be about shoulder height. So we've got about 5 seconds here. We're going to move into the second exercise, which is going to be a slow plank crunch. So pull knee to elbow, knee to elbow. So you're going to try to tap the knee to the elbow, keeping your position on the ball. And if it's too hard on the ball, just put your hands on the floor and do these from the floor. Keep the abdominals really strong and tight. Okay, so we're going to come into a side plank. Down on one elbow, one hand in the air. Keep your hips lifted. You don't need the ball for this, just coming into a side plank. Remember which side you did on your side plank. We're going to go back for the other side in a second. Hips are lifted. Abs are still squeezing in tight. Just hold, hold, hold. A few more seconds. All right, 5 seconds to come back to your ball plank. So we're just going to come into plank. Remember, you can drop your knees if you need to. Keep the abdominals tight. The ball should be right under the chest. So it's going to be harder to press on the ball if it's too high, so make sure it's under the chest. Got it, 3 seconds here. All right, take a quick little break. We're going to go back to those crunches, those plank crunches with the ball. So come back up, knee to elbow, knee to elbow. So if you need to take your hands to the floor, just take your hands to the floor. If it's too hard on the ball, you can always do this on the floor. The ball is going to make you work a little harder. So if you can use the ball, do. All right, then we're going to go back to that side plank. Come on to the other side. Elbow, stack your feet, lift your hips, reach that top arm in the air. Keep the abdominals tight and strong. And you're trying to be sideways, so don't tip back, right? Don't tip forward. Stack your hips, stack your shoulders. Press into that bottom elbow and lift away from the floor. Just a few more seconds. All right, come on down. Next up, we have a V-sit with a press. So we're going to come into that V-sit and just press up. Keep your abdominals strong. Lean back far enough that you feel your abdominals engaging. So just hold here. All right, so quick little rest. We're going to come back to that V-sit. We're going to do a Russian low to high. So low to high. So you're going from your hip all the way up across your shoulder. We're going to do the other side the next round. So stay on one side. Try to keep your feet up. And we're still leaning back to engage that abdominal wall. Reach low, reach high. All right, take a quick little rest. We're going to do the other side. So remember when you lean back, it would always be okay to keep your feet down. So if you want to keep your feet on the ground, that's one way to make it a little easier. Low to high. We got it. Try to keep the feet lifted, keep the chest tall, so we don't want to slouch in the spine. All right, good work. We're going to come into a ball sit-up. So all the way up, reach the ball overhead. Make sure when you come down, your shoulders touch the floor. You do want to come all the way down. And when you come up, get a straight spine at the top of that sit-up. All the way up, straight spine. All right, we're going to do a flutter kick with streamline arms, I think. Let me see. Yep, streamline arms. Feet, flutter kick. So keep your abdominals strong. The feet can be as high as you need them to be to keep your abdominals active. Arms reaching overhead. I'm just holding the ball so it doesn't roll away. Strong abdominals, long straight legs. All right, good work. We're going to anchor with the ball and do a reverse curl. So take your legs, take your hips up. So you're reaching the hips away from the floor. I'm just holding the ball as an anchor. Little lifts with the hips here. All right, so we're going to bring the ball, come up to a tabletop position. So the hands are on the ball, the knees are underneath you, and we're going to walk from table up to plank, down to table, up to plank, down to table. So see if you can alternate which leg takes you back so that you're not doing the same leg every time. And it should go without saying that you're keeping your abdominals strong and tight. All right, good work on that. We're going to do a Superman reach. So come all the way down on your belly. Superman up, reach the ball behind your head, and then tap back down. So it's up, reach, tap down. Up, reach, tap down. All right, well done. We're going to do a crossover crunch. So coming back onto the ball, try to bring knee to opposite elbow. So this is your crossover crunch. And again, you could put your hands on the floor if it doesn't work to bring your hands onto the ball. So just go to the floor if you need to. Stay strong here. Whew. All right. Now we're going to come back to our side plank. You don't need the ball. Come onto your elbow. Side plank, we're going to reach overhead, lift the hips high, come back to side plank. Reach over, lift the hips, come back to side plank. You got it. Pike the hips up as you go. Keep the abdominals strong. Keep going, you guys. All right, next we just have a low plank. So 2 elbows, 2 toes. We're going to hold 20 seconds low plank. Squeeze the abdominals in and up. Make sure the hips are not too high, not too low. Keep breathing as you hold, pressing into the elbows, strong legs. Hold on. All right, we're going to come into the other side for side plank with a reach over. So take that top arm, reach overhead, lift the hips. Come back to side plank, reach up, reaching over. Keep that big squeeze in the belly all the way through. Make sure you're breathing through your reps. You got it. All right, good work. Now we're going to do a shootout. So you're going to take the ball to the knees, open out, come back to the knees. All the way out, back to the knees. Keep going here. I'm going to check on what's next. Okay. All right, so now we're going to go back to our streamline. Take your feet above your hips. This time, lift the shoulders. We're going to do a little scissor kick. So big, big scissors with the legs. Keep the abs pulling down and in, the ribs down, the arms long and straight, and the shoulders are lifted slightly away from the floor. Almost there, you guys. You're doing great. All right, we're going to come into a hollow hold so you don't need the ball. You're just going to squeeze the ribs and the hips together. Arms can be down or up. And the lower you take your feet, the harder it's going to be to keep that hollow hold. So keep your feet a little high if you need to. You do want your abs pulling down and in. Hold on here. Make sure you're breathing. Keep holding, keep holding. Good work. All right. So now we're going to take 3 stretches. Come into your sphinx. So on your elbows, lift up, pull your chest forward. Take a couple of breaths here. So we're going to stretch at the end. And then if you've got time to go back and do this set a second time through, that'll give you about 15, 16 minutes of ab work. You're welcome to do a second set. And if 8 minutes is all you had time for, let's take the ball, get a lat stretch. If 8 minutes is all you had time for, then at least you got some core work done today. Remember to do your conditioning today and to choose some yoga from our YouTube channel or from the Instagram wall and do some yoga as well. Stretch the other side. And so just hold here, getting a nice stretch for the lats and the shoulder. All right, that's it. You've done your core set for the day. If you want to repeat it once, go back and repeat it once. Thank you for joining me.